English Listening Podcast. TOEIC 800 Points. Chapter 1, Modern Business Strategies. In today's rapidly evolving business landscape, companies must continuously adapt their strategies to remain competitive and relevant. The traditional approaches that once guaranteed success are no longer sufficient in an environment characterized by technological disruption, changing consumer preferences, and global economic uncertainty. Organizations across various industries are recognizing the imperative to embrace innovation, foster agility, and develop comprehensive digital transformation initiatives. Strategic planning has become increasingly complex as businesses navigate multiple challenges simultaneously. Market volatility requires companies to maintain flexibility while pursuing long-term objectives. Customer expectations have evolved significantly, demanding personalized experiences, sustainable practices, and transparent communication. Moreover, the acceleration of technological advancement means that businesses must invest heavily in research and development to avoid obsolescence. Corporate leadership plays a crucial role in steering organizations through these transformative periods. Effective executives must possess not only traditional business acumen, but also the ability to inspire teams, manage change, and make decisions under uncertainty. They must cultivate an organizational culture that encourages experimentation, tolerates calculated risks, and learns from both successes and failures. The integration of data analytics has revolutionized decision-making processes across departments. Companies are leveraging sophisticated algorithms and artificial intelligence to gain insights into consumer behavior, optimize operations, and predict market trends. This data-driven approach enables more precise targeting of marketing campaigns, improved inventory management, and enhanced customer service delivery. Supply chain management has emerged as a critical differentiator in competitive markets. Organizations are redesigning their supply networks to increase resilience, reduce costs, and minimize environmental impact. The recent global disruptions have highlighted the importance of diversification, local sourcing, and contingency planning in maintaining operational continuity. Human resource management has also undergone significant transformation. The shift toward remote and hybrid work arrangements has necessitated new approaches to employee engagement, performance evaluation, and professional development. Companies are investing in digital collaboration tools, reimagining office spaces, and developing policies that support work-life balance while maintaining productivity standards. Chapter 2, Financial Markets and Economic Trends. The global financial system continues to experience unprecedented changes driven by technological innovation, regulatory reforms, and shifting economic paradigms. Financial markets have become increasingly interconnected, creating both opportunities for growth and risks that can rapidly propagate across borders. Understanding these dynamics is essential for businesses, investors, and policymakers seeking to navigate the complex landscape of modern finance. Central banks worldwide have adopted accommodative monetary policies in response to economic challenges, maintaining historically low interest rates and implementing quantitative easing programs. These measures have supported economic recovery, but have also contributed to asset price inflation and increased concerns about long-term financial stability. The delicate balance between stimulating growth and preventing excessive risk-taking remains a key challenge for monetary authorities. Cryptocurrency and blockchain technology have emerged as disruptive forces in the financial sector. Digital assets have gained mainstream acceptance among institutional investors, while blockchain applications are being explored for various financial services, including payments, lending, and insurance. Regulatory frameworks are evolving to address the opportunities and risks associated with these technologies, creating both clarity and uncertainty in different jurisdictions. Traditional banking institutions are transforming their business models to compete with fintech startups and technology companies entering the financial services space. Digital banking platforms, mobile payment solutions, and robo-advisors are changing how consumers interact with financial services. Banks are investing heavily in technology infrastructure while maintaining their focus on regulatory compliance and risk management. International trade patterns have been significantly affected by geopolitical tensions, trade disputes, and supply chain disruptions. Businesses operating in global markets must carefully assess currency risks, regulatory changes, and political developments that could impact their operations. Exchange rate volatility has increased uncertainty for companies engaged in cross-border transactions, requiring sophisticated hedging strategies. Environmental, social, and governance considerations have become integral to investment decision-making. Sustainable investing has grown from a niche market to a mainstream approach, with investors increasingly evaluating companies based on their environmental impact, social responsibility, and governance practices. This trend is driving corporate behavior changes and creating new opportunities in green finance and impact investing. The insurance industry is adapting to emerging risks associated with climate change, cyber threats, and demographic shifts. Insurers are leveraging advanced analytics and artificial intelligence to improve risk assessment, pricing accuracy, and claims processing efficiency. The development of parametric insurance products and the use of satellite data and IoT sensors are expanding coverage options for previously uninsurable risks. Chapter 3: Technology and Digital Innovation. The pace of technological advancement continues to accelerate, fundamentally reshaping industries, transforming business operations, and influencing every aspect of daily life. Digital innovation has become the primary driver of competitive advantage, with organizations across sectors investing substantial resources in technology adoption and development. The convergence of multiple technological trends is creating unprecedented opportunities while simultaneously presenting complex challenges that require careful navigation. Artificial intelligence and machine learning have evolved from experimental technologies to practical solutions that deliver measurable business value. Companies are implementing AI systems to automate routine tasks, enhance decision-making processes, and create personalized customer experiences. Natural language processing capabilities have improved dramatically, enabling more sophisticated chatbots, voice assistants, and automated content generation tools. Cloud computing has revolutionized how organizations manage their information technology infrastructure. The shift from on-premises systems to cloud-based solutions has enabled greater scalability, reduced capital expenditures, and improved accessibility for remote teams. Multi-cloud strategies are becoming increasingly common as companies seek to avoid vendor lock-in while optimizing performance and cost-effectiveness. The Internet of Things continues to expand, connecting billions of devices and generating vast amounts of data that provide insights into operations, customer behavior, and system performance. Smart manufacturing facilities use IoT sensors to monitor equipment health, optimize production processes, and predict maintenance requirements. In retail environments, IoT technology enables inventory tracking, customer analytics, and automated checkout systems. Cybersecurity has become a critical concern as organizations become more dependent on digital systems and face increasingly sophisticated threats. Data breaches, ransomware attacks, and state-sponsored cyber espionage pose significant risks to businesses and individuals. Companies are investing in advanced security technologies, employee training programs, and incident response capabilities to protect their digital assets and maintain customer trust. The development of 5G networks is enabling new applications and services that require high-speed, low-latency connectivity. Industries such as healthcare, transportation, and entertainment are exploring innovative use cases that leverage the enhanced capabilities of next-generation wireless technology. Autonomous vehicles, remote surgery, and immersive virtual reality experiences are becoming more feasible as network infrastructure improves. Quantum computing represents a frontier technology with the potential to solve complex problems that are intractable for classical computers. While practical quantum applications remain limited, research and development efforts are intensifying as organizations recognize the strategic importance of quantum advantage in areas such as cryptography, drug discovery, and financial modeling. Chapter 4: Environmental Sustainability and Corporate Responsibility. Environmental sustainability has transitioned from a peripheral concern to a central business imperative as organizations recognize both the moral obligation and economic necessity of addressing climate change and environmental degradation. Companies across industries are implementing comprehensive sustainability strategies that encompass emissions reduction, resource conservation, waste minimization, and ecosystem protection. These initiatives reflect growing stakeholder expectations and regulatory requirements while creating opportunities for innovation and competitive differentiation. Corporate sustainability reporting has become increasingly sophisticated and standardized, with organizations adopting frameworks such as the Global Reporting Initiative, Sustainability Accounting Standards Board, and Task Force on Climate-related Financial Disclosures. These reporting mechanisms provide transparency regarding environmental performance while enabling investors, customers, and other stakeholders to make informed decisions based on sustainability criteria. The circular economy model is gaining traction as businesses seek alternatives to traditional linear production and consumption patterns. Companies are redesigning products for durability, repairability, and recyclability while developing new business models based on sharing, leasing, and product-as-a-service concepts. This approach reduces waste generation, conserves natural resources, and creates economic value from materials that would otherwise be discarded. Renewable energy adoption has accelerated significantly as costs have declined and technology performance has improved. Corporations are increasingly committing to renewable energy procurement through power purchase agreements, on-site generation, and renewable energy certificates. These investments contribute to emissions reduction goals while providing long-term energy cost stability and demonstrating environmental leadership. Supply chain sustainability has become a critical focus area as companies recognize their responsibility for environmental and social impacts throughout their value chains. Organizations are implementing supplier assessment programs, establishing sustainability requirements for vendors, and collaborating with partners to improve practices. Traceability technologies enable greater visibility into supply chain operations and verification of sustainability claims. Water stewardship is gaining recognition as a material sustainability issue, particularly for companies operating in water-stressed regions or water-intensive industries. Organizations are implementing water efficiency measures, investing in water treatment technologies, and engaging in watershed protection initiatives. Water risk assessment and management have become integral components of business continuity planning. Biodiversity conservation is emerging as an important corporate responsibility area as businesses acknowledge their dependence on healthy ecosystems and their role in biodiversity loss. Companies are developing biodiversity strategies that include habitat protection, species conservation, and ecosystem restoration initiatives. Nature-based solutions are being integrated into business operations as a means of addressing both environmental and business challenges. Chapter 5: Healthcare Innovation and Medical Technology. The healthcare industry is experiencing unprecedented transformation driven by technological innovation, demographic changes, and evolving patient expectations. Medical technology advances are enabling more precise diagnoses, personalized treatments, and improved patient outcomes while simultaneously creating new challenges related to data privacy, regulatory compliance, and healthcare accessibility. The integration of digital health solutions is fundamentally changing how healthcare services are delivered and consumed. Precision medicine represents a paradigm shift from traditional one-size-fits-all treatment approaches to personalized therapies based on individual genetic profiles, lifestyle factors, and environmental exposures. Genomic sequencing technologies have become more accessible and affordable, enabling healthcare providers to identify genetic predispositions to diseases and select optimal treatment strategies. Pharmacogenomics is revolutionizing drug prescribing by matching medications to patients based on their genetic makeup. Telemedicine has evolved from a niche service to a mainstream healthcare delivery model, particularly accelerated by global health crises that limited in-person interactions. Remote consultation platforms, remote monitoring devices, and digital therapeutics are expanding access to healthcare services while reducing costs and improving convenience for patients. Healthcare providers are integrating telemedicine capabilities into their practice workflows while addressing regulatory and reimbursement challenges. Artificial intelligence applications in healthcare are advancing rapidly across multiple domains, including medical imaging, drug discovery, clinical decision support, and administrative operations. Machine learning algorithms are demonstrating superior performance in analyzing medical images, predicting disease progression, and identifying optimal treatment protocols. AI-powered diagnostic tools are assisting healthcare professionals in making more accurate and timely clinical decisions. Electronic health records have become ubiquitous in healthcare organizations, improving documentation accuracy, facilitating information sharing, and enabling population health management. Interoperability standards are being developed to ensure seamless data exchange between different healthcare systems and providers. The integration of patient-generated health data from wearable devices and mobile applications is providing more comprehensive health profiles. Medical device innovation continues to advance with the development of minimally invasive surgical instruments, implantable monitoring systems, and therapeutic devices that can be controlled remotely. Robotics technology is being applied to surgical procedures, rehabilitation therapy, and patient care assistance. These innovations are improving treatment outcomes while reducing recovery times and healthcare costs. Pharmaceutical research and development is being transformed by computational methods, advanced analytics, and collaborative research models. Drug discovery processes are being accelerated through virtual screening, predictive modeling, and automated laboratory systems. Clinical trial designs are becoming more efficient through the use of digital endpoints, remote monitoring, and adaptive trial methodologies. Chapter 6: Global Supply Chain Management. Modern supply chain management has evolved into a complex discipline that requires sophisticated coordination across multiple stakeholders, geographic regions, and technological platforms. Organizations are grappling with the challenge of balancing efficiency, resilience, and sustainability while meeting increasingly demanding customer expectations for speed, quality, and transparency. The interconnected nature of global supply chains means that disruptions in one region can have cascading effects across entire networks. Digital transformation has revolutionized supply chain visibility and control through the implementation of advanced tracking systems, predictive analytics, and automated decision-making tools. Real-time data collection from sensors, RFID tags, and GPS devices provides unprecedented insight into inventory levels, shipment status, and operational performance. This enhanced visibility enables proactive management of potential disruptions and optimization of resource allocation. Logistics optimization has become increasingly sophisticated with the application of artificial intelligence and machine learning algorithms to route planning, warehouse management, and inventory optimization. Transportation management systems are leveraging real-time traffic data, weather conditions, and capacity constraints to determine optimal delivery routes and modes. Automated warehouses are utilizing robotics and autonomous vehicles to improve efficiency and reduce labor costs. Supplier relationship management has evolved beyond traditional transactional interactions to strategic partnerships that emphasize collaboration, innovation, and mutual value creation. Companies are investing in supplier development programs, joint research initiatives, and integrated planning processes. Risk assessment and management have become critical components of supplier selection and ongoing relationship management. Sustainability considerations are being integrated throughout supply chain operations as companies respond to regulatory requirements, stakeholder expectations, and competitive pressures. Carbon footprint measurement and reduction initiatives are being implemented across transportation, warehousing, and manufacturing operations. Circular supply chain models are being developed to minimize waste and maximize resource utilization. Trade compliance and regulatory management have become increasingly complex as companies navigate diverse international regulations, tariff structures, and customs requirements. Automated compliance systems are being implemented to ensure adherence to import-export regulations while minimizing delays and penalties. Free trade agreements and preferential trading arrangements are being leveraged to optimize cost structures. Supply chain finance solutions are being developed to improve cash flow management and working capital optimization for all participants in the supply chain. Electronic invoicing, dynamic discounting, and supply chain financing platforms are providing new opportunities for financial optimization. Blockchain technology is being explored for applications in trade finance, contract management, and payment processing. Chapter 7: Human Resources and Workforce Development. The human resources function has undergone significant transformation as organizations adapt to changing workforce demographics, technological capabilities, and employee expectations. Modern HR practices emphasize strategic workforce planning, employee engagement, and organizational culture development while leveraging technology to improve efficiency and effectiveness. The shift toward remote and hybrid work arrangements has necessitated new approaches to talent management and organizational design. Talent acquisition strategies have evolved to address skills shortages, competitive labor markets, and the need for diverse perspectives. Organizations are expanding their recruitment channels to include social media platforms, professional networks, and alternative education providers. Employer branding has become increasingly important as candidates evaluate potential employers based on corporate culture, values, and career development opportunities. Employee development and training programs are being reimagined to address rapid skill obsolescence and the need for continuous learning. Microlearning platforms, virtual reality training simulations, and a iPod personalized learning paths are being implemented to improve training effectiveness and accessibility. Mentorship programs and cross-functional project assignments are providing employees with diverse development experiences. Performance management systems are shifting from annual review cycles to continuous feedback mechanisms that provide real-time coaching and development opportunities. Goal-setting frameworks are emphasizing outcomes and impact rather than activities and time investment. Employee recognition programs are being enhanced with peer-to-peer feedback systems and real-time appreciation platforms. Compensation and benefits strategies are adapting to address changing employee priorities and competitive pressures for talent retention. Flexible benefit programs allow employees to customize their compensation packages based on individual needs and preferences. Equity-based compensation is being expanded beyond senior executives to include broader employee populations. Diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives have become strategic imperatives as organizations recognize the business benefits of diverse teams and inclusive cultures. Unconscious bias training, inclusive leadership development, and equitable promotion processes are being implemented to address systemic barriers. Employee resource groups and mentorship programs are providing support networks and career development opportunities for underrepresented populations. Workplace analytics and people data are being leveraged to improve decision-making regarding workforce planning, employee engagement, and organizational effectiveness. Predictive analytics models are being developed to identify flight risks, optimize team composition, and forecast talent needs. Privacy and ethical considerations are being addressed through transparent data governance policies and employee consent mechanisms. Chapter 8: International Trade and Economic Relations. International trade continues to serve as a fundamental driver of global economic growth and development, facilitating the exchange of goods, services, capital, and knowledge across national boundaries. The complexity of modern trade relationships reflects the interconnected nature of global supply chains, the diversity of regulatory frameworks, and the influence of geopolitical considerations on economic policies. Organizations engaged in international commerce must navigate evolving trade agreements, regulatory requirements, and market dynamics. Trade liberalization efforts have resulted in the creation of numerous bilateral and multilateral trade agreements that reduce tariffs, eliminate trade barriers, and establish common standards for international commerce. Regional trading blocs such as the European Union, ASEAN, and USMCA have created integrated markets that facilitate cross-border business activities while establishing common regulatory frameworks. These agreements provide preferential trading terms for member countries, while potentially creating trade diversion effects for non-members. Export promotion strategies are being implemented by governments and businesses to enhance international competitiveness and market access. Trade missions, export financing programs, and market development initiatives support companies in identifying and penetrating international markets. Small and medium-sized enterprises are increasingly participating in global trade through e-commerce platforms and digital marketing channels that provide access to international customers. Import management and customs compliance have become increasingly complex as organizations navigate diverse regulatory requirements, documentation standards, and inspection procedures. Automated customs clearance systems and electronic documentation platforms are streamlining import processes while ensuring compliance with regulatory requirements. Trade compliance programs are being implemented to manage regulatory risks and avoid penalties associated with violations of import-export regulations. Currency risk management has become a critical component of international trade strategy as exchange rate volatility creates uncertainty for cross-border transactions. Financial hedging instruments such as forward contracts, options, and swaps are being utilized to mitigate currency exposure while maintaining competitive pricing. Natural hedging strategies through operational adjustments and invoice currency selection are providing additional risk management tools. Trade finance solutions are evolving to address the working capital and risk management needs of international trade transactions. Letters of credit, documentary collections, and trade credit insurance provide security for international transactions while facilitating cash flow management. Supply chain finance and digital trade finance platforms are leveraging technology to improve efficiency and reduce transaction costs. Emerging market development is creating new opportunities and challenges for international trade as developing economies expand their participation in global commerce. Infrastructure development, regulatory modernization, and institutional capacity building are improving the business environment in emerging markets while creating demand for international products and services. Market entry strategies must consider local customs, regulatory requirements, and competitive dynamics. Chapter 9: Marketing and Consumer Behavior. Contemporary marketing practices have been fundamentally transformed by digital technologies, changing consumer preferences, and the proliferation of communication channels. Organizations must develop integrated marketing strategies that effectively reach target audiences across multiple touchpoints while delivering consistent brand experiences and measurable business results. The abundance of consumer data and analytical tools has enabled more sophisticated targeting and personalization capabilities. Digital marketing has become the dominant form of marketing communication as consumers increasingly engage with brands through online channels. Search engine optimization, social media marketing, content marketing, and email marketing campaigns are being integrated to create comprehensive digital marketing ecosystems. Marketing automation platforms are enabling personalized customer journeys and automated response systems that improve engagement and conversion rates. Customer experience management has emerged as a critical differentiator in competitive markets as businesses recognize the importance of delivering exceptional service across all customer interactions. Customer journey mapping and touchpoint optimization are being implemented to identify and address pain points in the customer experience. Omnichannel strategies ensure consistent brand experiences regardless of how customers choose to engage with the organization. Brand management strategies are adapting to address the challenges and opportunities presented by social media, user-generated content, and influencer marketing. Brand authenticity and transparency have become increasingly important as consumers seek genuine connections with brands that align with their values. Crisis communication planning and reputation management are essential components of modern brand strategy. Market research and consumer insights are being enhanced through the application of advanced analytics, artificial intelligence, and alternative data sources. Social media monitoring, sentiment analysis, and predictive modeling are providing deeper understanding of consumer preferences and behavior patterns. Neuromarketing techniques and behavioral economics principles are being applied to understand subconscious consumer decision-making processes. Customer segmentation and targeting strategies are becoming more sophisticated through the use of machine learning algorithms and big data analytics. Microsegmentation approaches enable highly targeted marketing campaigns that address specific customer needs and preferences. Dynamic segmentation models adjust target audiences based on real-time behavior and engagement patterns. Marketing measurement and attribution have become increasingly complex as customer journeys span multiple channels and touchpoints. Multi-touch attribution models and marketing mix modeling are being implemented to understand the contribution of different marketing activities to business outcomes. Return on investment calculations and customer lifetime value models are informing budget allocation and strategic decision-making. Chapter 10: Innovation and Entrepreneurship. Innovation has become the cornerstone of competitive advantage in the modern economy, driving organizational growth, market disruption, and economic development. Entrepreneurship serves as a primary vehicle for innovation, creating new businesses, industries, and employment opportunities while challenging established market structures. The ecosystem supporting innovation and entrepreneurship has evolved to include diverse stakeholders, financing mechanisms, and support services. Innovation management requires systematic approaches to idea generation, evaluation, and implementation within established organizations. Design thinking methodologies, innovation labs, and cross-functional collaboration are being employed to foster creative problem-solving and breakthrough innovations. Corporate venture capital and strategic partnerships with startups are providing access to external innovation while supporting entrepreneurial ventures. Startup ecosystems have emerged in major metropolitan areas worldwide, creating concentrated networks of entrepreneurs, investors, service providers, and support organizations. Incubators and accelerators provide early-stage companies with mentorship, funding, and resources necessary for rapid growth and market entry. University technology transfer offices are facilitating the commercialization of academic research through licensing agreements and spin-off companies. Venture capital and alternative financing mechanisms have evolved to support entrepreneurs across different stages of business development. Angel investors, crowdfunding platforms, and corporate venture arms are providing diverse funding options for innovative ventures. Government programs and grants are supporting research and development activities while reducing financial risks for early-stage companies. Technology commercialization processes are being streamlined to accelerate the transfer of scientific discoveries and technological innovations from research institutions to market applications. Intellectual property management, licensing strategies, and collaborative research agreements are facilitating the development and deployment of new technologies. Open innovation models are enabling organizations to access external expertise and technologies while sharing risks and resources. Entrepreneurial education and training programs are being developed to provide aspiring entrepreneurs with the knowledge, skills, and networks necessary for successful venture creation. Business plan competitions, pitch events, and mentorship programs are providing practical experience and exposure to potential investors and customers. Online platforms and digital resources are democratizing access to entrepreneurial education and support services. Social entrepreneurship is gaining recognition as an approach to addressing societal challenges through market-based solutions and sustainable business models. Impact measurement and social return on investment calculations are being developed to evaluate the effectiveness of social ventures. Blended finance mechanisms are combining philanthropic capital with commercial investment to support ventures that generate both financial returns and social impact.